Welcome to the YMCA at Home series, some videos. I hope this video finds you healthy and safe. So to this video, we're going to go over some balancing exercises that are really important to do. So if you're home, you haven't been able to do your Movement for Better Balance program that you attend at the Y or other programs, this is going to be a little bit geared towards seniors, but this is also great for anybody who has any concerns within balance. So for starters, if you are familiar with our Movement for Better Balance program, you always love and know very well your sit and your stand. So I have a chair. It's really important that you have a chair, preferably that is very secure. It's not going to slide back on something. So if you have concerns about it, you have slippery floors, feel free to put the back of your chair against a wall. This way it doesn't move on you. I'm pretty confident that this guy's not going to go anywhere. So for starters, I'm going to take my feet, and I'm super sorry, I'm realizing that my feet are not in the video, so let me scooch back a little bit further. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to take my feet about hip distance apart, and they're a little bit away from the chair, but this can move, and what you'll find, you eventually will find the nice spot that works for you. So your sit to stand is going to work the leg muscles, which are really important for us to have strong when it comes to any balance problems, concerns, walking around, as well as if you are to fall, helping you get back up. So from here, we want to sit down and stand up. And I know that sounds a lot easier than it actually is. So at anything you need to do, any momentum you need to gain to get this going is absolutely fine. So if you have the strength to truly just stand right up, go ahead and do so. We're going to do this a few times, but if you need that momentum of the arms, if you need a cane or a walker or something that's going to help you get there, go ahead and do it. My pace is not your pace, so we're just doing this a few times. So don't worry if you're going slower or faster than I am. Every time you come down, just make sure the chair is kind of still there, hasn't moved. Keep a peek out for it, especially if you're really pushing and using a lot of force to get yourself through. We want to make sure that chair didn't go anywhere, so peek back to just see that it's there. Wherever you're at, let's just do this a little bit longer. So that might mean you get one more in, that might mean you get 10 more in, that's absolutely fine. And that should be good. You should feel your heart rate increase, you should feel those muscles kind of nice and juicy. So let's go ahead and heel toe the feet. So what I'm going for here is some of that flexibility, as well as we're working the calves, so the muscles that are in the back of the bottom of our legs. So we're pulling our heel up, we're pushing our toe down. It's really important, and I'll talk a little bit more about this, I'm going to walk with you guys a little bit, to get some of that full foot action when we're walking through. So let's try and do both together. Same thing, so we're getting that calf action, but we're also getting some flexibility at our ankles. Let's do the opposing. So now this is super funky, especially for me. So you're pulling your toes up, keeping the heel down. Pull the toe as high as you can. So what we're doing now is we're strengthening the front of our legs. Okay. So I'm going to try and get some hip mobility and some hip action to get some movement in there. If you have a chair with arms, this might be pretty tough to do, so you might have to scooch a little bit forward in your chair, but make sure you're not putting yourself at risk of falling out. So be smart about where you're at, and if you have an arm with chairs, this might not be the exercise for you to do. That's okay, you can just hold off, we'll get some more in for you. So what I'd like you to do is you're going to pick up your leg, bring it out to the side, drop it back down. Pick up your leg, pull it in, drop it back down. Let's go to the other side. You're going to pick up your leg, take it out, pick it up, bring it in. We're just going to do this side to side. So if you're a faster pace, you can go at a faster pace. If you're slower pace, that's fine too. What I want you to work on is we're opening up, we're getting some action in the front of our hip, but then we're opening them up. Now you may or may not be able to see this in the video, but my shoulders and my hips are actually still staying straight. So if you're finding that your body is actually turning when you do it, try to separate them out. Try and hold it in, keep it where it is. It might mean you're not going very far, right? So So I'm pretty lucky in my hip flexibility, but that might be the farthest you go, and that's still fantastic. And that also might be as far as your chair lets you go, especially if you have it with arms. So we're trying to keep square through the hips, square through the shoulders. We're opening up as far as it's right for you, pulling up first and then out and then back. All right, I think that's enough for a hip flexor. So shake them out, let it go. So I always find it very important to work the hip flexors, but there's also a big side that says our hip flexors are also way too tight for any and all sitting that we do. So I don't always like to go too much. So you can give them a gentle massage, take your thumb, just kind of rub it in that area, let them relax. So we're gonna do a few more of those sits and stands. I know, if you take that class, especially our Movement for Better Balance program, you do plenty of them, so I'm sure you guys are pros. If you're not familiar with our Movement for Better Balance program, it's a wonderful Tai Chi based program designed to help folks be better with balance. So we're going to do a few more. We're going to do it for just maybe 30 or so seconds. So go ahead, take your own pace. Use whatever you got, use whatever you need. Go ahead, stand up and sit down. So same thing, you want to make sure the chair is still behind you when you come down. If you have a walker or something, go ahead, do what you got to do. No one's watching you, so you can take this at whatever pace is right for you. You might get 1 in, you might get 20. This is on you. This is what it's right for you. The goal of this, again, is to have strong legs so that when we are walking around and when something does come up, we can get around it. So stay up the next time you get there. Sorry if you were on your way down when I said that. That's always the worst when the instructor says that, right? And then you find you did it. So in a standing position, if you need assistance, have it. If you want your chair, have that available to you as well. So I'm going to move my chair in front of me so that I have it as something to display for you guys. I'll come on the side so you can see my feet. So this isn't meant to be a challenge that's going to put you at risk. So if you are concerned about falling or you feel a little wobbly, make sure you have something available for you, whether it's a walker, a buddy, or in my case, a chair. I'm going to do single leg balance challenges, and I'm going to give you progressions as we go through, so make sure you're important. It's very important that you're doing this at your pace and at your capacity. So I'm going to release my foot closer to the chair, and I'm going to come up on my toe. You can be standing behind the chair if that's more secure for you. I'm just standing in this position so you can see me. Hang it out here for a little bit. If you're ready for a little bit more, go ahead and take that foot off the ground. Same thing, you can hold. You can take that foot and touch it to your other leg if you rather, your choice. If you can come a little higher, go ahead and do that too. Just listen to the birds. I hope you guys can hear them, they're so pretty. And release. All right, I want you to take your feet slightly beyond the hips. So a little bit wider than your hips. Keep your hand on the chair or on something. Close your eyes. So how do you feel when you close your eyes? Do you feel your body moving forward and back or side to side, or are you straight and still? Keep your eyes closed. Turn your head to one side, doesn't matter which one. No one's looking. Same questions as before. Do you feel yourself moving side to side? Or do you think you stay straight? If this becomes too much, you get vertigo, please stop doing this and open your eyes. Let's come back to center and go the opposing direction. Same thing, eyes are closed. Same warnings, if you feel uneasy, lightheaded, or dizzy, please open your eyes. Come on back to center. Okay, open your eyes. Feel okay? Check in, give yourself an assessment. We're gonna switch sides. So bring your feet back so that they're underneath your hips. Hands on the chair or hand on something. Let's pick up your other leg. So again, I'm on the side of my chair just so you can actually see my feet. So if I go behind, you wouldn't be able to see them. I'm sorry. First level is just keep your toe connected, come up onto your heel. Now lift your foot. And look, if you have great balance, you're comfortable, you can go ahead, go higher. And find the challenge that's right for you. I'm not there with you, so I don't know where you're at right now. You might be prepared and ready to let go of the chair, but you have to be smart about you. I'm not there to catch you, so listen to your body. Nice. So for here, take your feet outside your hips. Always hold on to a chair if it's right for you. We're just going to shift the weight forward. I'm going to go this way so maybe you can see my heels. So shift your weight forward. So my hips are forward, my chest is forward, but my heels are still down. And come back. So my butt goes kind of behind, my shoulders go behind, but my toes are still down. You're going to go forward and back. Try to really keep your foot still connected, right? So I don't want to see this. You want to keep your feet connected to the ground. There's a lot going on here. So I'm getting strength in my ankle. Whoop, I went too far there. So I'm getting strength at the ankle, but I'm also kind of finding that proprioception, that inner place where I'm comfortable moving side to side. So now let's do side to side. Shift, shift. Feet are staying on the ground. They are not releasing out. Just shift side to side. I really want to lift this foot. I don't know why. This one stays down pretty good, but that one doesn't want to. All right, nice. So those exercises are really great to do every day, every other day. If you're looking for a goal to set and balance is something you're worried about, do those activities. So I'm working on ankle flexibility, leg strength, feeling that inner alignment, the proprioception. So falling can be just as much the leg strength as it can be the water that's in our ears that tells us we're upright. The next thing I'm going to give for you guys to do is when you're walking around your house, do different motions, do different exercises. Try walking with one foot in front of the other. If you need to, hold on to something while you do it until you're able and comfortable to go. It's good for the sobriety test. Challenge yourself. My neighbor's having fun over there. Challenge yourself walking heel toe and maybe lift a little bit onto those toes, get those calf raises in. Pretend as if there's things in your way, and as you walk, you need to step over them, as I go out of frame, and step back. The more you challenge yourself, the more you get comfortable doing those exercises, doing those things, when you experience it in real life, you have it. The last thing I'm going to say is also really important for you guys to have is chest strength. So gosh forbid you do actually fall. Ice, slippery leaves, something that you really could not actually stop from happening, and unfortunately you do take a fall. The first thing that you usually do is put your arm out to brace yourself, to catch yourself. It's a natural motion, and that's unfortunately where you see a decent amount of fractures occur, usually within the forearm or the actual wrist or maybe in your shoulder. So if you can work on strengthening the chest area and your arms, it'll help you in the future if that unfortunately does happen. So I'm outside, I don't have a wall to do this to. If you can actually get on the ground and do push-ups, whether they're on your knees or on your toes, kudos to you, that's great. Keep working on that, keep that strength up. But I'm gonna use this chair as if this is a wall. So if I had a wall, my hands would be slightly underneath my shoulders. So if you look at me here, I go to the wall and I put my hands up high, which is where everyone wants to do, and I do push-ups. Notice if I come now face you, my head is below my hands, which is going to put a lot of strain on my shoulders. So where you want to be is actually pretty low to start. So my fingertips, when I put my hands to the wall, are either aligned with my shoulders or a little bit under, so that when I come in, I'm in that push-up position. So although we always usually want to come here, bring those hands down. You put your hands on the wall, and you're going to drop your body weight in and drop your body weight out. So to make it easier, the booty goes away, and we use just the upper body, right? As we progress, I'm not going to put my full body weight. Actually, this chair seems pretty good. Maybe I will. Let's give it a whirl. You're coming with me, right? Okay, so now I'm able to kind of bring my hips down and through. Again, I wouldn't have them in this position. This is just because I don't have a wall to show you. I would have my hands up here so that my fingertips were in line just at my shoulder, so that when I come down, they're still in that same position. You can walk your feet in and walk your feet away from the wall as you need to. Chest strength is really, really, really important. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you're able to do some of those things. This video was made because it was suggested and asked for by somebody. So if there's something that you can think of that I can do and I can be here for you during this time, ask me. Let me know what videos you want to see. If you're not sure about your form or something, send me a video of yourself doing it as well, and I'll go through it. So my email is my name, Christina, Christina, .butcher, Butcher, at YMCA.li.org. Thank you guys so much for joining with me. I hope you stay home, stay healthy, stay safe, stay strong.